Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Chris. Today is going to be a quick overview on the house called Scent Journey. I've had several of you reach out to me either in the comments here on YouTube or over on Instagram about this particular house. And I bought every single fragrance in the line. I bought either a small travel size or the smaller decant so I can talk about every one in the line. Now this is going to be a quick overview because it is 11:30 p.m. at night and this is my third video to film for the evening. So I'm just gonna run through them real quickly. Before I get started, if you have any house overviews you want to see me do, let me know in the comments below, and I'm just going to grab and go with the first one that I pulled. And the first one is called Coco Cocktails, and I bought the ones I thought I would like the most. I bought in the larger vial, so I thought I was going to like this a lot, so I bought it in the the nice little travel size, and I will say it does fit nicely in the purse. So Coco Cocktails is actually a combination of two different fragrances in their line. One of the fragrances being Cocktails and Catamarans, which is I think their most popular or their best seller, and I spoke about that in a purchase or a pass from last week, combined with another one called Roatan Ruins. So that's basically two fragrances in one. So Cocktails and Catamarans, basically the main notes are, well, it's got a pina colada vibe. So you take that pina colada, accord, and you add some cacao, you add banana and rum. And those notes together you come up with Coco and Cocktails. So it's much darker and it's a lot boozier than Cocktails and Catamarans. So it has a cacao note, definitely has a banana note, but the banana it's like a green banana, but it's a little bit darker of a fragrance. And I think it's because it's darker, it's heavier, because it has that rum, it's got that boozy accord, and it's got that cacao. So I know there's at least rum. It may have some other spirit, maybe whiskey. So it's definitely boozy. It has some banana. It has like that pina colada vibe, some rum, other spirits, and it's got wood in the base. So Cocktails and Catamarans, again, really quickly, it is very much it has a pina colada vibe. It's got lots of notes, lots of tropical notes in it, but it's mainly a pina colada fragrance with other fruits. And I basically get a pina colada with a fruit punch added in the mix, and specifically because it's really powdery, it's like a fruit punch powder. So take a pina colada, add a fruit punch powder to the mix, and then you have Cocktails and Catamarans. I mean, it's a nice smelling fragrance. It's fun, it's summery, it's tropical, it's fruity, it's whimsical. It's got that pina colada vibe that I love. But just on me, it was just a little bit, I got something a little bit artificial and a little bit synthetic. So it wasn't a fragrance I was going to purchase a full bottle, but I can definitely see why it is one of their best sellers. So the next one is called Lido Life, and this is for my lovers of really classy citrusy fragrances. So this is a really nice classic citrus fragrance that is it's very cologne-like, so it smells like some fresh citrusy colognes that are very famous. So it's going to put you in the same category as Chanel Eau de Cologne or 4711. Those two fragrances are definitely in the ballpark. This smells very very proper, very classic, very timeless. I definitely get a lot of citruses, but there's also some pepper in here. So it leans just the slightest bit masculine, a little bit floral. So definitely it's got that neroli in here, which goes really, really well with the citruses. It's very, very lemony, and it's got musk. So like the other fragrances I spoke about, it does wear on the lighter side, but I think it would be great, really fabulous for the hot weather. So the next one is Roatan Ruins, half of the fragrance that makes up Coco Cocktails. This is what makes up kind of the boozy, darker side of the fragrance. So it has a lot of banana, lots of rum, lots of spirits. It's very boozy. It's got cacao, lots of wood, so it's a darker fragrance. It definitely, to me, it's got gourmand elements. So it's got gourmand elements, but it's not too gourmand. And because it's so boozy and because it's so dark, it has a darkness to it and it's woody in the dry down. I definitely think most people will find that this leans on the more masculine side. It's a little bit spicy. I'm not sure what the spices are in here, but I definitely pick up a spicy quality in addition to that green banana, and I like a good green banana. Maybe it's cinnamon, a little bit dusty, not quite chocolatey, but definitely, heading in that direction, but it's a little bit more dusty. And again, it's nice, but not something I think I'll be adding to my collection. Okay, the next one is called Grecian Grotto, and this one is a funny one because, oh my gosh, this transported me to my childhood in like 2 seconds flat. When I was really, really young. Well, my dad is a professor. He's a college professor. And one day when I was really young, like single digits, we went over to another professor's house. I happened to live near the coast, and so he was lived on some sort of houseboat. And he and his wife were a little bit, they were self-described hippies. They were a little bit eclectic. And on the houseboat, they had the macrame hanging plants. And I very much remember the scent of patchouli. They had incense burning in the background, and he smoked a pipe. So his his pipe was somewhere on the counter. But as soon as I smelled this fragrance, it immediately transported me back to that time. I had never, and I completely forgot about that evening. I completely forgot about that outing until I smelled this fragrance. So it's so funny how, fragrances are very transportive. So, and one of the most important parts of the story, since I sprayed it, is this has a very heavy tea. And I remember it was funny that they didn't have any children and they offered us a beverage, and the beverage that they offered us was tea, and it was tea without any sugar, and it was super, it was black tea without any sugar, and it was it wasn't really a kid-friendly drink. So we have this black tea, we have patchouli, we have a little bit of tobacco in the background, and boy, it smells a lot like this fragrance. So a strong black tea, a prominent tobacco note, lots of patchouli going on, some dried fruits. So again, a fragrance that I think is interesting, and it definitely, in my opinion, leans masculine, but because I have this very strong scent memory, it brings a smile to my face, it makes me chuckle, but will not be upsizing to a full bottle. The next one is one that I really like. It's called Bellini Brunch, and again, another one I bought the travel size. So this was one I definitely thought I would enjoy, and it's a really nice fragrance. So it's basically like a peach champagne. So you have a peach champagne, and you added a bunch of fresh peach slices to the mix, and then on the rim you took that, that sugar that's on top of sour Gummy Patch Kids, that sugar, you rimmed the glass with that sugar, so it's sweet, it's tart, it's bright, it's sparkly. So you definitely have that tart and sweet thing going on at the same time. And the peach is very fresh, so I do enjoy a nice fresh peach. And I definitely enjoy a bubbly, champagne accord. I don't really get a heavy champagne per se. I get more of I would say a sweet, sparkling water, like a peach flavored carbonated sparkling water. So very nice fragrance. It's very good for the summer. I think it's good for the hot weather. It's very, very light wearing and has a nice, creamy, coconutty sandalwood in the base. So I really, really enjoy it, but I think I'm just going to stick with my, travel size here. So the next one is called Siesta Sunset. On paper, it sounded really, really good. So there is mandarin, there's mint, there's coconut, orange blossom, and ginger. Now this one, I did not enjoy the opening at all. I think a lot of people out there, or at least I hear about it in the comments, don't like freshies. I love freshies. I love citrusy fragrances. I love freshies. And I have a lot of you leave me comments that say, I don't like citrusy fragrances. I don't like freshies because they smell like cleaning products. And I never really know what that is. I've never come across a bunch of them until I smelled this one. The opening does smell like that industrial cleaning product. Fortunately, that doesn't last very long. That fades, and then you know, the ginger comes out more. It becomes more of just a citrusy, zingy fragrance with a little bit of mint. It's lemony, it's minty, it has a slight sweetness. I do enjoy the ginger. The ginger gives it a nice zinginess, and in the dry down it becomes more woody. I would guess cedar or sandalwood and a little bit of coconut in the dry down. So I think it's unisex, maybe leaning a little bit masculine. The next one is definitely another one that is unisex to leaning masculine, and it is called Caribbean Casanova. So another boozy fragrance that also has ginger. So this has, you know, apple, ginger, it's got some citruses, lavender, pineapple, woody fragrances. This to me is like a combination of several different fragrances. It's a little bit like, it's got a little bit of Cretaventus from the pineapple. It's got a little bit of Naxos from the lavender. It's got a little bit of that Killian's apple brandy. It's got a little bit of earthiness from like Hermès Terre de Hermès. So kind of like this nice combination of several different fragrances in one. And another one that definitely, in my opinion, leans masculine. It's nice, but not something I feel like I need, but I think I would really enjoy smelling this on somebody else. And the last one I think is one of their newer ones. It's one of my favorite ones, and I think I like it because it's super unique. It's called Bourbon and Bluegrass, and the point of view for this one is being at the Kentucky Derby. So you've got lime, you've got ginger beer, which I really like, a little bit of like Kentucky bourbon and tobacco. I think the reason why I really enjoy this one, another one I definitely think does lean a little bit on the masculine side, even though absolutely unisex, is because of that ginger beer. I enjoy ginger beer. I think ginger beer is really tasty, and I definitely get a lot of that ginger beer. So I get a lot of the ginger beer, I get a freshness, a citrusiness from lime, definitely tobacco, and I also get like something very peppery, even though I do not think pepper is in the note breakdown. I get a pepperiness, a little bit boozy, but not like drenched in alcohol. There's just something so very unique and pleasant about this fragrance. It's, again, it's not something that I personally would wear, but I would really like to smell this on somebody, and I think I'm gonna hand this to Pat and see if he likes it, and if he likes it, I'll buy him the full bottle, because really it's a super unique fragrance, and there's just something about it that's just very, I don't know, it's so interesting and addictive. I like smelling it. So that was it. That was my quick rundown, my quick overview of the house, of the Scent Journey house. I think there are a lot of fun, unique fragrances in here. Definitely, I think most of these would be great in the warm weather. Lots of unisex fragrances to me. Many unisex, maybe leaning masculine, but you know, anybody can wear anything. I definitely think it's worth checking out the house, and I do appreciate that they do carry the nice different, you know, sample sizes, and I even think they have a little discovery set and a cute little tin that I didn't get. But thanks again for sticking around. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed your time with me today. If you have a house overview you would like to see me do, let me know in the comments below. And with that, I'll see you on the next one.